What's up, man? Is your name Aram?
Yes, sir. Oh, you got it right. A lot of people say Aram or Abraham. Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah. LA.
Okay, cool.
30 minutes away from like Hollywood.
Are you a general contractor or what's your thing?
My dad is made sub. I'm studying to be my JC.
How old are you?
I am 20.
You're 20.
Yeah, I'm a young buck.
Young buck. What's popping? What's like the major pain point that you got going on?
I need an action plan. Do you mind if I give you some context?
Yeah, of course.
My dad has been in the industry for 30 years. He's the main sub. So we partner with the GC to do work.
Okay.
So GC brings a client and we do the actual work, the rest of the work, if that makes sense.
Okay. So like you subcontract it all or do you have your own crew? Or?
We have our own crew.
Okay. How many guys?
Exactly. A6 at the moment. We're looking to get more. Yeah. But it's hard to find quality people who do good work.
I know.
so that's one of our hardships, obstacles. So yeah, we specialize. So we mainly work with investors, real estate investors.
Okay. Oh, like flipping houses?
No, we specialize in remodeling multifamily units, so long-term rentals.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. That's right.
Yeah. And and that goes in. That's why I came into the business last year because my dad sat my brother and I down asking us like come help him because he wants to retire in the next few years.
Okay.
So the goal is for me to take over the business, and etc. So, and for me, I've always been infatuated with business since I was young. It was funny because he gave me a week to think about it, and I was gonna say no because I come from like the e-commerce digital marketing side.
Oh wow.
Business side, digital marketing, online business from manual labor. It's way two different worlds.
Wow. Do you know anything about construction?
So yes, I've learned throughout this last year.
Just 1 year of experience.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
And for me, I always wanted to invest in real estate since I was young, but didn't know how to. So getting to this, I was like, it's my entryway, my opportunity, my gateway to. Yeah. First of all, since we work with real estate investors, that connection, network, and people, relationships is key.
Yeah. Do you want to be in multifamily real estate?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like Grant.
So that's what
you want to be Grant.
Exactly. Like Grant and Low. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Since we specialize in remodeling multifamily units, it just made sense.
Yep. Exactly. So how many units are you renovating right now?
Okay. We have a project in Canoga. That's 4 units, 2 units. We're doing painting a house.
Like 100 units or like 50? Or?
No. Right now we're doing 15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah, units. Yeah, in total.
Okay, so they're not like large complexes. They're like smaller multifamily. You know?
Like, 15. Yeah, nothing big.
Nothing big. That's all that is it your dad? You said?
Yeah, my dad.
That's all your dad has been doing at a time, this whole time, or just right now you're only doing 15 remodels, unit remodels.
Yeah.
You only have 6 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does the MEP? You know what MEP stands for?
No.
Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing.
Basically, do cosmetics. RGC, like if we're doing ADU, GC hires out the footing, framing, and plumbing and electrical. We do the rest. Okay. So drywall, taping, etc.
Yeah. Framing, flooring, cabinetry.
Yeah, flooring we do. Yeah.
Door, trim work.
That's what all of us. Yeah.
Okay.
Tile.
The general trades. Yeah, general trades. What's the biggest problem?
We have no infrastructure, so it's a one-man shop. If that makes sense. It's not a.
Let me start here. What are your 5-year goals or 10-year goals? Both.
For me, 10 years. 10 years ago, I want to grow this business to 8 figures net. Use that cash flow to invest into multifamily.
8 figures net.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
ambitious.
That's $10 million minimum.
Yes.
Net.
Yes.
That's very ambitious. Yeah. So you'd need to be doing a
9-figure
gross profit. Do you
exactly.
understand structure of? Like at the top, you have your gross sales, right? And then you subtract out your cost of goods sold.
COGS,
COGS, and then that gives you your what?
My gross margins.
Fantastic, yeah, gross profit. Then gross profit minus what,
Expenses.
Yeah,
variable expenses. So
equals your net profit. Okay, cool.
So yes.
Cool. 8
I know it is very ambitious. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to hold you down, man. Like I'm not here to clip anybody's wings. I'm just saying, I'm an 8-figure business owner, meaning top line revenue. But it doesn't mean I net 8 figures. I don't make $10 million a year. But I mean, I don't net 7 figures even, honestly.
Oh, okay, interesting.
You know, but like, it's up there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And your goal, you want to be 8 or 9 figure company. What's the biggest thing holding you back? Also, do you want to subcontract other things once you get do you want to take it beyond what your dad has been doing currently?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So For me, I want to stick into the multifamily remodeling aspect. So I want to use this construction business, build it to use for my own real estate, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. When you buy a deal, you want to hire yourself.
Exactly. That's the point. Yeah.
I mean, 10 figures, that's $1 billion.
Yes.
9 figures is 100 million.
I want to have a 10 billion, a 10 figure real estate portfolio.
Sure. Okay, but we'll. Real estate portfolio.
Yeah, real estate portfolio.
Got it. That's attainable for sure.
Yeah.
Keep going.
We don't have an infrastructure. It's a one-man shop. Like most contractors over there, it's just my dad, and they know by him. But there's no management team. There's no team in place to make it a quote-unquote business. If that makes sense. He's just self-employed.
Right.
The way I look at it. Yeah.
Right. So. Let me show
I have a couple questions. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I want you to keep asking, but I just want to show you my infrastructure.
I would appreciate it. Yeah.
So J-Lane Internal. Have you heard me talk about this? Are you a YouTube?
Yes, I have.
YouTube subscriber?
Yes, that's how I found you. It's funny because when I first started, I was like general contractors, and you came up.
Very cool. You've been subscribed for a couple of years now, or like recently?
Last year.
Cool. This is called J-Lane Internal. It's a website that I built to keep my team on track. So if you need to read a book called Have Your Construction Business Always Make a Profit by George Headley.
George Headley.
Yeah, Hedley. Always talks about systemizing everything. And then if you read The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber, it says the same thing. There's Sarah, and he's consulting this lady, and she's got this pie, Sarah's Pies, and it's like, man, she wants to open more stores, but how does she do it? Right? How she does it by, there's an example of like this hotel that this guy goes and visits, Michael Gerber, the author, talking to the manager. He's like, how do you have such an amazing experience to your guests every single time? And he goes to the operations manual, and it's literally this book that he says, like, this is every single process, how to check a guest in, how to do this, how to do that, how to sign them out, everything. So that's how you build a business. That's how you build a 7, 8, 9, 10 figure business. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 figure. No, I don't even know how to do that. But I've done it, and I've built an 8-figure business. So long story short, and I think it'll get me to 9 figures and you to 7 first. And you need to build something like 6 figure.
Yeah.
How much is your dad's business doing?
High 6 figures.
Okay.
We did 750 last year.
Okay. What you need is structure. So what I've built is structure. There's different tabs here across the top. And actually, I'm to the point now where I'm going to start offering this to people for a fee, right? Like literally, I'm thinking it's going to be, 4 to 5 figures.
Of course.
About figures.
You put a lot of work into it.
I put a lot of work. And so, but if you have Squarespace, you can buy this. So every template that I have is right here as a downloadable button.
Okay.
So like our contract proposal, and this is so simple. Like I can show you how to build this, but you click that, it's going to open up. You're probably not going to be able to see it because I'm only sharing this one screen. But you click this, and it opens up the Word document of that thing, and then it has my estimating spreadsheet. So this is one way of building systemized approaches. Same with receipts. Everyone puts in their receipts here. You click add receipt, and it'll pop up in like a way to add a file. Any reimbursements. Timesheet is done through here, and request time off. Like there's all these little forms under the general tab.
Yeah.
But everything down to admin, our culture. There's a huge amount of culture here, like tone. Like I kindly ask them to lower their tone. I built these graphs.
Wow.
I really went hard. Tech, like Apple Computer Training. I don't know if you've seen me promote that like a while back. I even built out these questions like, where's the menu bar located? Like, what should you do? So each new hire goes through this process of tech, under tech, but also culture and like responsiveness. They read it and they answer a quiz. They click submit. Cooper, I'm on the phone, bro. Dogs. I don't know if you hear the dog squeaking his toy.
Yeah.
But he's over there just chowing. So
question if you don't mind.
Yep.
What's the training process look like? For example, take me through, if I'm new to your company, take me through the training process. Is it in person, or do I do it on my own?
Yeah. So We just added actually employee onboarding. So like these are like an employee onboarding, like kind of like a checklist right here.
Okay.
And then we send them this email of like links that they need to see, employee onboarding form. Like we have them fill this out. We're working with them in person as well. So that they filled the culture quizzes. We just make sure that they've gone through our permitting guidelines, how to submit expense receipts, and they submit it. But we are spending one-on-one time with them in the office, face to face, pointing at the computer, talking verbally. But then there's this to fall back on.
So for me, my workers or my people, they're not technological inclined, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's okay. Yes. You are.
That's why I have had trouble doing this. I know this is the way to go. Just I've had trouble to implementing this.
You're hiring construction workers, which is something that at this point in my life in 2022, I don't do. But I'm not saying don't, because I've even thought about it today, man. I was looking at this flip house. I'm like, man, if I didn't have to deal with subs right now, I just don't want to deal with subs, because they're always like every little thing is a change order. Just like just tell the guys what to do if I had that control, but I don't. So there's pros and cons. But I'm like, man. People issues. Like I have about 12 employees right now, project manager, superintendent, and a CTO, like a chief tech officer. And I'm trying to build up my senior project manager right now to be the COO, eventually CEO. And then my other, like my friend Mark, get him in to fill that COO role once Ron moves up to CEO. Then I can be like the actual owner,
Yeah, remove yourself. Yeah, makes sense.
But I am dealing with people that understand technology. Ron is a tech guy. Mark's a tech guy. My CTO is a tech guy. That's almost like a conundrum because, of course, he's a CTO.
Yeah.
But then, like, even my other project managers, if you don't understand technology, you don't work at J-Line Construction, because it really is the second thing of our 4 culture points. Communication is number 1, technology, and then honesty and dependability. Really, we have a lot more culture things internally, but that's something that we put on the website. But anyway, technology is the main thing behind our business. I almost like to think of my business, and we'll talk about you in a second, but as a tech company, but like we're also a construction company,
Yeah.
We're not like building apps, we're not like coding, but like we use Buildertrend, like we customize it, we really flow with that. But like I don't know how to help that, because you got Chuck in a truck, right? And druggy and whatever else problems that you got going on with these, like, I'm not saying all construction workers are like that, but because they're not, they're definitely not. But there's definitely a status quo. You know what I mean?
There's definitely a stigma to it.
Right. So hold on. Your ultimate goal is to be the GC, right? So like, is your ultimate goal to be a GC that has an in-house crew?
See, what I like to say, the struggles I'm going through right now, like, is that worth it, or what you do, like hire out subs? Well, I think there's other obstacles to that as well.
Right. I mean, subs are, they're difficult, but but you can't live without them,
Exactly. It's one of those things. So I don't know. Right now, I just know my current predicament is that, like, how can I create systems and processes to make my current situation, make my crew the most efficient way we can to provide value to our clients.
Clarity on what exactly you're looking for, giving that to your employees, just being like, look, guys, this is the way we're doing it. And then offer them training about how to do it. Sit there and make a video tutorial, have them watch the video and answer quiz questions. Boom. Then have an in-person meeting, either one-on-one or as a group, explain it to them again.
Okay.
Humans can figure stuff out, man, especially if like it affects their job and their livelihood.
Yeah.
Like if you need a certain timesheet filled out, or if you're doing T-sheets, or like, I have no idea, like maybe you're tracking it in Buildertrend, I don't know. But like whatever that is, explain it. You have to, as the business owner, you have to have everything figured out. You have to know what you want. And that's the hardest part about owning a business, is knowing what you want and then delegating that. Delegating is not just saying, hey, can you do this? It's like, do what? Can you still hear me all right?
Okay, I'm on my phone now.
That's better.
I think the audio's good.
It's better. Get that system, have them answer the questions, have the in-person meeting, train. If they still don't want, after like the 4th time of like you telling them they need to do it and you training them, get rid of them.
Yeah, okay. Give me a overview of your internal team and how do you structure that?
Let me show you. Long story short, that's me. So this is pretty much it right here. Ron is the senior project manager. I talked about him a second ago. John Lemon, he's new in the last couple months, senior estimator. He's doing a good job. We're getting through kind of like a little bit of struggles as far as like focusing on the weeds, but like seeing the bigger picture. So it's kind of like what we're focusing on there. This is the CTO that I talked about, Chief Tech. I'm getting a little bit of a background echo, but Chief Tech Officer. Clay, awesome guy, project manager. He's estimating as well. He's helping with sales, so he can go meet a client on a tenant improvement project and just like bust out the estimate. Mark is awesome. He's like the lead superintendent. He's even like assistant project manager a little bit also. He's helping him and Ron work together a lot. But Mark and Ron work together hand in hand. Ron kind of manages all of these guys with me. Ron and I are kind of at the top managing everybody. Thanks for muting yourself. And then Jeremy actually he's a project manager. He does a couple J-Lane construction projects, but mostly it's J-Lane Properties, which is all the flip houses. So we have like 7, 8, 9 flips going. He's like running around like crazy, subbing everything out. MEP, roofing, general trades. He just subs it all out. And he uses our Builder Trends system and, of course, all other processes that we have. Christian, he's fairly new. He's trying to find his place. Office administrator. We threw him back there in the estimating department recently. So we're working through, that. And so trying to make that really successful. And then Erin is my wife. We haven't posted a public wedding. We went to the courthouse, but anyway, so she helps with like all kinds of stuff, a lot of like marketing stuff and like just little things here and there. So that's really all I have, man, right now. I don't have carpenters, and you could probably unmute yourself. I don't have carpenters or drywall guys, but maybe one day I would. But yeah.
So, in terms of not subs, like people who do the actual work, but like the team, the back end, who do you recommend me hiring first?
Okay. Yeah. So, well, I mean, a superintendent / project manager would be great. That's kind of like how I tell people if they want to start a general construction company to start with a super / PM. Maybe someone that can help with like estimating, although like if you're able to do that, maybe you could do it yourself to start, but at least someone to throw the jobs at, like, here, just run this. And if you have no jobs running, maybe he could help you with estimating, but that guy might be a little bit more pricey to some extent than like some like $40,000 or $60,000 guy. Like maybe he's like an $80,000 or $70,000 guy, but maybe he can do more like a hybrid. Yeah, that would be like my recommendation. Then you don't have like all these different salaries at 60 grand or 70 grand or what. I guess LA probably has more than Florida. So when I say like 70 grand, it's probably like 40 grand here, I assume. But yeah.
Okay. So another question. This is like different from like, what skills do you recommend I gain or / hone within the next 1 to 2 years? What skills?
Oh, skills. What's people skills?
You
already, because dude, if you don't have people skills, you're done.
Yeah, that's so true. I've noticed that a lot.
But also sales skills. If you can't sell, you can't scale.
Yes.
I should coin that.
Make a shirt.
Yeah, make a shirt. It's the first time I ever said that. It's true. Sales is the lifeblood. You have to focus on your visionary skills. Because like if you can't see the big picture, bust it out as far as each tranche, like each column's specifics, you can't own a business because no one's going to know what to do. You're the guy at the top that's saying, oh, how do I do the accounting? Well, let me explain it to you. So you have to like sit there and research at night for 5 years. The first 5 years of owning your company, learning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And working really, really, really hard. You're doing a lot yourself and you're learning at the same time. And you're leading all these people and feeding all these mouths, And you're trying to make sales. And then you got to make content on top of that. You got to be on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It's going to be, you're not going to watch one Netflix show. You're going to go out to eat with your friends probably once a month max. You know what I'm saying?
Sacrifice.
A big amount of sacrifice.
Wow. So you mentioned the use Builder Trend.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that? Especially since we're small. Not small, but
yeah. I mean, well, you're small, so sometimes a small company like under $1 million or under $500,000, you're doing 750, but sometimes you can get away. Depends on the project size, but just doing everything with like spreadsheets and emails and phone calls.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that. It's funny because We were doing. My dad, before me coming in, he was actually doing physical handwritten invoices.
Oh wow! So you have the opportunity with your tech background to come in and your sharp mind and completely radically change this whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But it's one of those things like I get it from my dad. He's, I don't want to say opposed to it, just very stubborn.
Right.
To say, for lack of better word.
But that's what it is, man. Term. It's old dog, new tricks. It's like,
exactly.
Why would he learn new tricks? Because the old dog is working,
Exactly.
But the problem is it's not going to work for much longer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. They don't understand that because the world has changed so much. I mean, you already know this. Yeah.
Yeah. Of leading a team, like what pointers do you have for me? Especially, so this dichotomy I work with every day it's funny to me because people who have had 20 plus experience in their fields and I'm coming here new to the game, trying to lead them, if that makes sense. The reason I came in is because my dad gave them opportunities to rise up, but they never took it, or they weren't able to. What do you recommend in terms of doing that relationship? And don't get me wrong, like the first year I was working, I did not like lead at all. I just worked my butt off. I did everything. I kept my mouth shut and just worked.
Right.
Long hours, mornings, coming out home at 8, waking up at 6.
Right.
5,
so
actually.
I actually have a couple of notes here that I just was finding. You want to spend time training your people.
Okay.
You can't assume, you don't assume that they already understand. So obviously they don't with some technology stuff like you mentioned, but don't assume they understand everything else. But don't treat them like a baby. But you got to be careful with there's a line. You want to bring them over the epiphany bridge is what I call it. To get from here to across the river from point A to point B, you had to go. You had an epiphany, meaning like you realized something and you had a path of travel.
Yeah.
But you can't just assume that they will be on the other side of the bridge like that. You have to say, hey, this is where I was. And then I saw this. And then I saw that. And I saw this, that. And then it brought me here. And they're like, oh, bring them along your journey. Yeah, that's filling the knowledge gap. You know what I'm saying?
Filling the knowledge. Okay, yeah, makes sense, yeah.
Biggest problem with communication and leadership is assuming that it has already taken place.
Wow. Okay, wow. Yeah.
You ever heard of the story of the monkey in the boss's office?
No, I haven't.
So employees come in and they leave this monkey. Everyone has a monkey, right? And they leave it in the boss's office. They knock on the door, open door policy, whatever. They come in, they leave it, but he's taking on all their problems. So what you have to do is let them walk out the door with their own monkey. So you say, not, okay, I'll fix your problem. It's how would you ask them, how would you fix the problem? And then eventually they won't come to you with their problems. They'll fix it themselves. But you guide them through how to fix it, but you make them fix it.
Don't hold their hand, but guide them. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe hold their hand at first, but then there's like a quarter, half, 3/4, and then 100%. As far as you do 3/4 of it, they do a quarter of the thing. And then it's a slow fade of eventually they can do it themselves. You would wish you hire someone and just go boom, 100%.
Yeah.
But that's not what people is. And it's some people are though, honestly. They have so much experience, but 3/4 of people aren't. Those are some hot tips, man.
Last question. How do you structure your day?
How do I structure my day? I sleep in, bro.
That's really nice.
I do not cool. I do not start anything until it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I have my coffee. Maybe I'll sit on the back porch. But then I really try to get in the zone, relax, and then I hit it. Because the minute I wake up, my phone's just freaking out,
Yeah.
You really have to guard yourself not to get all stressed out. Because there's so many problems. Everyone wants to talk to you. Everyone wants to fix their problems. You to fix their problems. But the monkey story, remember that. I'll get into the office mid-morning and then just see how everyone's doing, check in with each person, get into my office, crunching stuff out. And sometimes I'll even come home to the home office where I am right now and sit by this beautiful view. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And there's watch the sunset, just crunch it I'm on my laptop right now. Or I'm, meeting a client on site and trying to make a sale. The beautiful thing about daily logs is every single day I read the daily logs. I see pictures of the job site. I know the problems. I know exactly who was on site. I know exactly what work got done that day, and I know exactly what's happening tomorrow.
That is very true.
So,
I wanna buy, rent, or whatever, or get a warehouse where we could store our stuff, our equipment, our material, etc.
Right.
Do you recommend doing that? Is that something I should look in now, or maybe in 2 or 3 years? Get everything get my infrastructure set? Like, what do you recommend?
I would recommend exactly what you said, 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
You know, like if you're making money, then invest that money into the business. But I wouldn't take out loans or do anything crazy if you don't have the money, because you're not making money right now because you're not even at like the 7-figure mark. Which you got to get into that 7-8 figure situation, gross sales, to make a good net profit. Then that net profit the next year or whatever can be spent on growing the business. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
When you first started, I'm keep coming at you.
That's
when
fine.
You first,
another 5 minutes.
Okay, when you first started, how did you manage your time working in the business and working on a business? Yeah, because for me, I'm working in business like literally all day, every day.
I just did it all. Like I said about the Netflix stuff and the friends.
Yeah.
That's a cliche answer, but it's honestly what I did. Just working more. I don't want to sound like Gary Vee, who's always like you hustle, like work 18 hours a day. But honestly, the first 5 years you do. Or else you won't make it. Unless you have like a business partner that's like you can split the load or something like that. You just gotta put in the work, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Put my head down.
You have to do both. You can't not work on the business.
Yes.
But what you can do is not work in it, but you have to delegate, but you have to have money to delegate to people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then you have to have people skills to manage those people that you're paying to do the job, and then they don't do it right, and then you're even more frustrated, you know, so
Yes, exactly. This last few minutes, what advice would you give me in terms of the little context you have in my situation?
Build systems. Build systems, see the bigger picture, learn how to lean into uncertainty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, I got a couple of notes here on that. Just my concepts that I've come up with. Leaders, by definition, have followers, and followers need direction, and direction requires decision making, and decision making requires consideration of options, and consideration of options involves dealing with uncertainty. Successful leaders learn to become comfortable with uncertainty, and then you have to learn how to make shifts continually. You have to be flexible. You have to deal with uncertainty. You can't lose focus. And you always need to find a way. A lot of times the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is like getting through the problem, not going around it, you know?
It makes sense. Last question.
Yeah.
Since we don't have any systems in place, what system do you recommend, what systems, plural, do you recommend me first working on? Because we don't do it daily. We don't have a system for estimating or invoicing or stuff like that.
Right.
What do you think is most important?
Yeah. Well, the most important thing is that estimating spreadsheet and the contract proposal that I have on jesseLaneConsulting.com. I don't know if you've bought that, but the whole the total package, it's like $299, and it has the pay application, the proposal template, and the estimating spreadsheet. And it just is a maxed out calculator. And you give the estimating spreadsheet, then you give the client the proposal template, and you list out your schedule of values, you know, and your scope clarifications and bullet points. So that's literally what I use to this day to send 8-9 figures worth of bids, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And beyond that, what would be next in terms of my team?
The next would be Buildertrend or some sort of cloud-based project management app.
Okay.
There's Procore, there's Buildertrend, there's all these different things.
CoConstruct,
yeah, CoConstruct. I mean, Buildertrend I think bought CoConstruct, but yeah, pretty sure. So that's down the road, but fairly soon, maybe the next 6 months or so, maybe for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be right now. Just you got to get your feet under you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This has been pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
You think you got some clarity out of this?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah.
Nice. So again, you don't mind if I because this was awesome.
No, of course not.
Yeah. So man, hey, what do you have an Instagram or what's your business name? Plug it.
Yeah, my Instagram is aram.ortega, aram.ortega, ORTEGA,
nice.
Or business Primicia Painting specifically.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm running based on we especially remodeling multi-family units, kitchen and bath.
Yeah, in LA.
I'll definitely be purchasing another consultation call in the future.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely, man. I really enjoyed talking to you. It's fantastic.
Likewise.
Yeah, I got a client call coming up right now, so much love. Like and subscribe, and you're gonna crush this business, man.
Appreciate everything.
Yeah. So just schedule the next one whenever you want.
Yes, I will.
All right, man.
Have a great.
Adios.
Later.
See you, man. Bye.